Good morning, shut-ins.
Yo.
How's everyone doing today? Good morning. Good morning, Rianne. Good morning, Sharon. Nick the intern. Trish. Good morning, Rhonda. And good morning, Heather Marie. We know you're there.
Morning, Ryan. Morning, Sharon.
What's up, Sarah?
What's up, Nick?
Hey, Liz. Good morning, everyone.
What's up, Trish?
Happy whatever day today is to all of you. What is today? Yeah, Nick's on time today. We really appreciate it.
Rhonda, good morning. From Toledo, Ohio.
How are we sounding today to everyone?
Good morning, Sarah.
How are we sounding?
Good morning,
Yeah,
Liz.
welcome from Toledo.
Haven't seen you in a while, Liz.
Hey, Avril. Good morning.
Good morning, Avril.
So many songs these days.
Avril always gets a song.
Good morning, Cheryl's mom.
Milk, no eggs today.
And good morning, Sarah. So, by the way, seeing Cheryl's mom in the audience reminds me, because I know Cheryl's mom comes and watches the show every week when Cheryl is on. Cheryl's mom and everyone else out there, you can also try to make sure that you've liked and followed Disrupt America as a page, because that helps us too. Because I think there's about 25% of the people that watch the show haven't liked or followed the page, and it helps us. It helps more people end up seeing it. I know it sounds weird, but what's up, Alexander?
Johnny Nugs.
Johnny Nugs, what's going on? Johnny Nugs was asking yesterday. I saw your comment, Bud, about if people were going to be able to win a spot at your birthday
JT,
party.
I like smoking broccoli.
Are we gonna? Do you think we're gonna raffle off a spot in your birthday party?
No, we're gonna do lottery tickets. You gotta buy a lottery ticket, and then we'll do a rollout. We'll do a ball rollout, and then we just gonna do it every time in a close. Either you got the same, or you coming close to the number. Whoever got the closest, you win that waffle. That ticket to come. I made the best brownies, guys. I'm so proud of myself. Well, Sarah, I'm glad you made brownies for your household. But what does that do for us? What are we supposed to do with that information?
Liz is asking when your birthday is. Eric's birthday is July 21st.
July 21st. Made the best. I hope you're making me some brownies, Liz. Sarah, since you're so proud of yourself, send your proudness this way.
So I've noticed, and you guys some people might have noticed when they watch the show, is that crawl thing at the bottom there that goes across. Right there, it has an error in it, and that's because there's too much in the crawl. I gotta figure out what to take out.
Sarah said, "I'll share, boo." Don't be calling me your boo. Don't you got a significant other?
But as long as you're sharing, you can call him boo.
You can call me boo. I just don't want nobody else mad at me.
No, he's a Cancer, right? You're a Cancer.
Yeah,
right?
I'm a Cancer. With the C's, homie. Water signs. It's water signs. It's toxic. That's why we in the water. Because we can't. It's just like this. All right. So y'all know the nuclear. What are those called? The nuclear plants.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how they got the nuclear fuel caps in them, and they got to keep them underwater. Why do they keep those nuclear things underwater? Because they toxic. They release toxic radiation, and the only way to keep toxic radiation from going too far and spreading to people, you got to put it under water. Water keeps the toxic from spreading. So just understand, us water signs is the reason we underwater. Because we got to keep from spreading our toxicity everywhere. We don't want everybody to get a piece of us. you know. But you're welcome to come jump in the water if you want. You're welcome to come jump in the water and swim with us.
So I'm proud to announce that
Kinda
Avril
Leo.
is wearing the first ever Cushroom shirt.
The official cushion.
It's
shirt.
literally
And she got,
the very first one that was
I'm
ever
kind of
made.
disappointed because I didn't take my taxes from it.
We got a couple more though coming in.
I couldn't take taxes from April though. She sometimes be helping the state out
Well,
with our emergency funds when we run low.
right?
She's our bailout bank.
She's our much to her
Shout
chagrin,
out to all my water signs. Rhonda, she's a Cancer,
Sheila,
June
good morning.
29th. The water signs is the best sign. I'm a fire sign. Oh, Sarah, let me come put you out there.
Yeah. But you gotta put Cushroom back up on the jar. We gotta move him over a little bit. So he's like, we gotta get him his camera time.
Leo. Rand's a Leo. I'm like on the verge of Leo.
So today's gonna be cool because we're gonna have Cheryl on, and then we're gonna have Jodi Chapin with Green Nurse on the Grow with Master Grower Nate Andrade. Come on. So that'll be cool.
That'll be cool. Have earth, have water. Eric should pay April taxes. Hey Sheila, mind your business. Always want to do some extra stuff. Mind your business, Sheila.
Yeah, and I think later on when Nate comes on with Jodi, I think we'll probably get a shot of Avril wearing the shirt. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool. It's strange to see it on stuff. I got a mug in. I haven't brought it on camera yet, but we got a mug. I guess I should.
Yeah, we got a mug.
The other stuff's coming in any time now. I think it's coming in like today or tomorrow.
Ooh, woo, 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 woo. Beautiful day today, Sheila. It is. It is a beautiful day. Okay, Jodi. Jodi just logged in. Shout out to Ms. Jodi.
Get your mugs
Get your mugs.
and your t-shirts and your sweatshirts.
Get your mugs. April's and Aries. I can see that.
So I'm a Sagittarius. Not that anyone was ever asking.
I can see April being an Aries.
Yeah, and actually I think
Hako's a Capricorn. Interesting. Hako. Very interesting.
And I know lots of other people, like I think Hako is getting his t-shirt in real soon. And I think, you got the stickers in. Cool, dude, thanks. Yes, I'm sorry they're expensive. We don't have any money to buy stickers to make them cheap. So are they decent though? Are the other stickers decent, Hako? They're $3 each.
What?
And I don't know. I think they're
300 pennies for a sticker?
I think they're like this big.
Where's my 300 pennies? I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you're not a sticker.
Put me on a sticker like this.
I can if you want.
Nope.
We just need a picture
Absolutely
of you.
not.
Picture of your face.
Absolutely not. You're not going to be selling stickers with my face on it.
Yeah, and thanks to Hako and
getting
to
the
everyone
wrong
else who's
hands.
buying stuff. We appreciate it.
Yeah, to all the people who buying stuff, much appreciated. Go straight to taxes. We love it. I'll use my mug on my segment again. That's what Jodi said.
In theory, it goes to the occasional cup of coffee that we buy. When you get a nice coffee.
When you get a nice coffee.
So we're really excited to have
We need to
Cheryl
make some
on.
workout cups. We need to do some cups. Sarah said, where do I buy stuff? So you can just come to my DM on either Facebook or Instagram. Either DM you want. Just shoot me a message and I'll send you the link, Sarah. I'm just playing, Sarah. We're going to post the link here shortly. Just follow the link. But I mean, I was playing, but you know, my DMs is always open. There's no close sign on my DMs.
Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, it's the Sulka today. So for those of you who are maybe somewhat new to the stuff, every day I wear a different tie. So today's day 64, so I've managed to, and I still have a bunch, but I managed to go 64 days in with different ties.
You see all these ties? How you think you don't think he know how to do a tie trick? Come on now. Can't have 60-something ties and not know how to do something.
You kind of get forced into it.
And shit, I bet you do.
No, look.
You got a tie for each limb.
Put it this way. I have enough ties for every limb for months.
Oh, yeah. So if one rib.
Oh, now I know what you're
You
talking
go
about.
to my handy dandy.
I think my myelin
tie book.
Like, hanging ties off there. Yeah, it is.
This is mine's closed shucks. Talking about her DM.
And by the way, just in case
Sarah's
anyone,
taking
there have been a few sold, but there's also masks with the logo on it, and there's also a zippered hoodie, which is super it's way too expensive. And I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about it because we're not. It's not like we can buy we're not buying like 500 T-shirts so we can get them to you cheap. I'm sorry. It's just.
How do you have any of those?
No, I don't wear bolos. Eric has one. I don't wear bolos though. I'm sort of patently against them. They're kind of cool though. I've gotten
bow ties.
No, bolos. So which is like the thing with the two strings that hang down. And I think I've seen you wear one once. Instead of a tie, instead of like a traditional tie, it goes around your neck and it almost looks like a brooch kind of thing. It's got like a thing, and then it's like two strings hanging down. And people in the South, it's like a Southern thing. People in the South will sometimes wear them instead of like a traditional tie. Texas string ties. They're called bolos. So we're Rehabulous in their show. We're super psyched for Cheryl to come on with us today. It's just going to be us and Cheryl.
Excited.
Just us and Cheryl. We're going to have some fun. And then we're also going to have Jodi Chapin on, Greenhouse on the Grow, with master grower Nate Andrade. Greenhouse on the Grow is a continuing series where we follow Jodi's home grow here in Massachusetts. She's got different plants in different stages. They're doing really well, but that's because she's got lots of great help and because we do the show.
And look, let me tell y'all what Jodi be doing with her plants. Hey, Jodi, she is aggressive with her plants. She be putting the headlocks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gonna grow today, homie. You gonna grow today. You gonna grow today. She did that like to one of the plants that she had. I watched her do it. It's very sad.
She scrogs them by doing elbow drops.
She was doing like WWE moves with them and stuff. I heard her yelling, "You can't see me." I was like, "What? To the plant? The plant don't have eyes."
And the weird thing is she had a big crowd there, and they were all sharing and stuff. Just made it so much better than normal WWE these days.
You can't see me. She's like, "Can you smell what my plant is cooking?"
So, by the way, Avril this morning called me and was like, she was upset because she couldn't claim her top fan badge. And Jodi, I don't see a top fan badge for you either. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's because y'all just don't be doing enough.
Look, Johnny Nuggs is a top fan. Sheila Duff is a top fan.
Y'all just don't be doing enough.
Nick the Intern's a top fan. Lots of top fans out there.
Take
hey, everyone,
away, I
just comment. Do a quick comment and
TV.
see if it says top fan near your name. That means you're a top fan. We can see it. We can see when you're a top
Jody,
fan.
We don't mess
you know what,
with you.
Johnny Nuggs? We know you're new. Thank you for being a top fan. We really appreciate that.
Jody, we definitely don't want to mess with you, Jody. But then here's the thing: if Jody do come and beat you up, she can also heal you. So just understand, it'll hurt, but you be okay.
Oh, we figured something out, by the way. Robert Hocko, top fan. Thank you. We figured something out. For those of you who aren't top fans, you want to be a top fan quickly. And y'all should do this. You don't have to do it constantly. Don't wear yourself out. But
no, wear yourself out.
You know how you can like tap on the heart button or the laugh button.
Yeah,
or
wear it out.
Just tap it. If you tap it a few times, Facebook counts that
a minute
towards your top fan. Eric became a top fan in like one day.
Look, this is what y'all gotta do. Get a timer on your phone, put a minute on it, and then tap the button till the minute go away. And then when the minute stop, push the reset on the tap button on the timer, and then do it again. Boom, start, and then tap. You hear that?
Ooh, look at that! Look what we just got. Oh my lord!
What is that?
Did you see that? Did you see that? That was the first time that's ever happened. We just got a tip. Somebody just tipped us. Somebody just tipped us.
Eric.
Sarah. No. Look, Sarah. I'm gonna play it again for everyone. What? I've never seen it happen. Hold on, this has never happened before. Sarah, you were the first person. Look, it works. Look. That's the little thing. And it goes, ching, there's a little box with money. I'm going to make that better. But that's what I got for right now. I'm going to play it one more time. Because it's never happened before. Ching. Like that. Oh, you know what that is? She didn't tip us. That was that she bought. That's what, I'm sorry. She didn't tip us. There's a separate tip thing, by the way. I was so excited for a minute. No, that's because she just bought a mug. Sarah just bought a mug. Look, see it says mugs. She just bought a mug, and when you buy something during the show, it does that little animation. And I'm just going to play it again because it was really cool. I've never seen it on air before.
Thank you, Sarah.
Enjoy your mug, Sarah. Yeah, no, Sarah. Look, did you see that thing, Sarah? That little thing is because you ordered the mug. If people order stuff, it goes ka-ching and it comes out. And I'm just hitting replay because I think it's cool. Like the little drone drops off a box that cha-chings with money. Thank you, Sarah. That was so cool.
Sarah.
That just made it all worth it.
Eric, give your credit card number and you will be a top fan.
I am.
Hey,
and
Johnny,
don't forget the last 4 digits of your social.
Johnny, mind your business. Before you lose your top fan badge, you know I got the power to take that away from you just as good as you got it.
So I don't know about that, but you can definitely like mute people.
Yes, and then you will lose your top fan badge because then you can't comment or nothing. And sorry, your top fan badge will be deleted.
Sarah, I'm going to do it one more time. Thank you so much, Sarah. Look at that. That's so cool.
Ka-ching. Sarah says, I'm so excited.
I can't see it because it's real small, but it says like Sarah bought a mug. No, Johnny, we love you. He's just kidding. Johnny, we know you're...
Oh, snap, just trying to help.
We know you're laughing. Because you know Eric does this every day.
We finna mute you, my brother. Ain't no trying to help. Your help here is done.
Sarah, your mug is going to look like this.
No, I wouldn't do that to you, Johnny.
It's a normal size mug. I was worried it was going to be like a little baby mug. Like,
watching y'all.
But no, it's like a normal size mug.
Well, thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate you watching us and sticking with us because we are
and it's good quality.
I was half kidding. Oh, no, then I take what I said back. I'm finna mute your ass, Johnny. What the hell?
All right, that just makes me want to like make... I know, Deb, we are super easy to excite. That just makes me want to make more merch so that people can buy stuff. Just so it'll like go down over here and go ka-ching, like this. Ka-ching. Yeah, small pleasures, right, Deb? These days? do.
I love mugs. No, we're gonna have to make some other stuff.
Do I have to flip myself?
You do. Oh, that's awesome.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get it to work.
Ooh,
The
woo,
stand
woo,
is like
woo, woo.
super rickety. All right.
I love lamps. I'm so freaking glad today is Wednesday, I believe. Is today Wednesday?
Today is Wednesday, actually.
The contest.
Oh yeah, so we got to do the who mentioned that? Oh, Nick. Thanks, Nick.
The contest.
All right, so we got to do the contest today. And, Nick wants to remind everyone that you can still donate to the charity. Nick, it would be cool if you have the link to the charity, you can paste it there in the comments.
Johnny
I
knows.
shouldn't say, it's not the charity. We're raising money
Johnny
to support
drugs.
local farms. It's a charitable effort. We're raising money to support local farms, and then we take the farm share food, produce that we get from those farms, and we give it to people who need it. And by the way, we're going to be giving some to Tom out in Cape Cod because he's going to hook it up with some vets out there that could use some produce. So that'll be like one group of people that we can hook some food up with, which is really cool. And Nick wants y'all to know that if for every $1 that gets donated through the Facebook thing to raise money to support the local farms, to get the food to people, for every $1, it's an entry, and we have some really cool prizes. Both we have some Jordans that if you win, you get to pick the size, and they're really cool. They're black sneakers with the dark green swoop. And if you check out the donation page, you can see the Jordans. And we're going to put some stuff up there. We're going to figure out with Ralph from Hemped up in northern Massachusetts. We've got something from him too that's going out, and I think there was a couple of other things I gotta regroup. I think Irva, so Ruben from Irva was gonna give us a couple of things that are also gonna get part of that raffle.
Irva.
So the raffle, though, it's not a real raffle. You just have to donate some money to the thing.
Irva's Ruben's company.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it, Cheryl? Irva is
What?
Irvin. Irva is Ruben.
Irva is Ruben, correct. And he's one of my PPE angels. I have every nurse in the Malden, Medford, and Melrose area obsessed with his CBD hand sanitizer. They all love it. Like, that's the number one thing. I keep bringing in N95 masks. Show up with his hand sanitizer. That's what they go for. Is Ruben's hand sanitizer. It smells really good. It smells like Pez. You know, the candy Pez.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Better.
that does sound good. I haven't. That's not from Ruben, is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
This, right?
Yeah, it's that. That's what we all use. Yep.
I guess I'm gonna have to try some since you're talking it up.
No, I love it. I love it. I even have some of the doctors turned on to it because it doesn't burn your hands like the other stuff, but there is enough alcohol in it. You know, I've read the back of it. It is antiviral approved. So.
You don't. Oh, it is. I don't know. I have no idea because I'm not smart enough on this stuff. But I thought it was supposed to be like a large amount of alcohol in it.
Yeah, it has to have a certain percentage of alcohol.
I think it's
or
70.
other antiseptics in it. The CBD has an antibacterial property to it too. So.
Do I have to shake it?
Yeah. I shake it and then you just spray it. That's what I bring with me everywhere when I go shopping.
It leaves
That
your
doesn't
hands
smell like
soft.
Pez.
No, to me it smells like that. I don't know. Maybe some of them have.
Oh, once the alcohol starts going away, it smells like Pez. Okay. No, at first I was like huffing alcohol, and I'm like, that doesn't smell like pets.
Yeah.
And somebody says it leaves your hands so soft. I don't know who wrote that, but
It really does. It really does. Especially like for nurses, we have like all these cracks in their cuticles and nails, and I noticed my nails have been getting better with them. And I'm not like I don't even work for Ruben. I have my own CBD company, but I really just don't care. I love his stuff, and he's helped me out tremendously, and he's been awesome throughout this whole thing. So I appreciate him.
So I brought you on. I didn't really introduce you yet, like I normally like to do. Oh no, you're
Hello.
yeah, and actually it's good that I'm noticing this, that there's an issue here. Let's see if I can fix it. Well, so people can sort of the only reason why people are hearing you right now is because you're coming through our
How is
thing.
how is our friend doing? The doggy.
one?
The doggy.
Oscar?
Oscar.
Oh, he's doing really well.
Is he not with you?
Yeah, he's with me. I can go get him if you want.
I mean, I'd like to see him. I'm a big fan of
Okay.
Oscar. You don't have to get him, but I'm a fan of him.
I'll get him. Do you want me to get him now, Mike, or do you want me to get him at like the end of the interview?
Oh no,
Or whatever.
You can if Oscar wants to be in the entire interview, and I know he won't, but if he wants to be in the entire interview, we're always happy for Oscar to be in the entire interview.
Yeah. I'll get him at the end because he's a bit of a pain.
Well, I know he'll want to like wiggle right out and just get on out of there. And
Yeah. He likes to start barking at the neighbors next door.
So before I forget, I want to remind everyone that you've been helping folks out with CBD, and you've been selling CBD. You've been, helping guide folks, and then they have the option to buy it through you if they want. And you've been doing this really awesome thing where every purchase that somebody makes through your CBD store, that $5 of it goes to Hunter's Heart, which is little Hunter, who's Scott the superfan's son, just had his 4th open heart surgery last week, and so they've been raising money to kind of help them with the efforts, like the money that the family needs and stuff whenever they're, all the weeks surrounding the surgeries, they have to take time off, they have to get hotels, they have to travel.
Pay for parking in town,
Yeah, totally, right?
Lots of stuff.
I always forget about the parking part. And so you've been really awesome because $5 from every purchase that people make, you're giving over to Hunter's family, and that's amazing. And for them, I know every little bit helps. And just for everyone out there, if CBD is something that you're buying, and especially especially if you're buying it from like a gas station or like if you're buying it from like Target, or if you're buying it from, I don't even know if Target's selling it, but I'm assuming they are at this point. But like if you're buying it from one of those places, like don't buy it from there. You should buy it from someone where you know that the source can be trusted.
That knows about the product. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and so what's really cool is that Cheryl is a nurse, and you can actually talk with her about oh no, Nick the intern for some reason is apologizing to your mom. Oh,
Why?
He's pre-apologizing.
What did he do?
No, he didn't. He's pre-apologizing.
Because
to
you
your
know
mom.
how he can get real intense in the comments.
So he said...
Oh, he's pre-apologizing.
Yeah, he basically said he apologized for anything that he might say that's offensive or crude in advance, but that he's only apologizing to her.
Well, that she is like an angel, so she...
No, and you know what?
It's...
We love your mom, and we're so happy that she comes and watches you. By the way, so your mom hasn't liked or followed the show. And,
oh my God, Debbie! No, and she doesn't know how.
No, exactly. I know it's one of those things. A lot of people think that they're liking it or whatever, but they're not. And And you do know that we have 25% of the people that watch the show haven't followed or liked the page, which is really weird. It's kind of weird.
You need to fix that. Have Joseph, Mom, have Joseph show you what to do. He knows what to do. My brother. I was supposed to interview him today, but I'm giving him a little break so he can enjoy, outside stuff because he's been cooped up for a while. And I'm going to have him on soon, though, when he's ready to share his story.
So, Cheryl, I have something for you.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, before I forget, I need, speaking of Hunter's Heart and raising money, I have a check for the Pete's. So I need either Avril or Nate or Scott, our super fan, just to personally message me the address because I have a little gift too for Hunter and for the boys. So I just want to send that off this week before I forget.
No, that's awesome. And so I think we'll definitely get Avril. She knows the address and stuff. And your mom said that she's tech challenged, and that she has Joe to help. And Deb, it's perfectly okay. It was only that I noticed, like, I actually go through and look at the list of people that like have been invited, or you know what I'm saying, and so it's totally okay. There's a bunch of people. It's just I appreciate that your mom even watches the show, and it was just seeing her in the comments that reminded me.
She is a lot better than she used to be. She's way better.
People still complain about that.
Christian.
So this is what I got for you.
Yay! Oh, I'm excited.
I got you a Cushroom mug.
Well, that's strange because he told me earlier that was for me.
No. Eric is getting either Eric is getting either a t-shirt or a sweatshirt.
Wow, so he promised me earlier this morning when we woke up, was like, yo, this mug here is for you, Eric. Da-da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, really? These are new mugs? And then now all of a sudden we get on the show and it's, hey, Cheryl got you a gift.
As soon as a pretty face shows up, I'm like,
I see how it is.
Yeah, see?
I see how it is.
You're being tech
Oh,
challenged.
she's so excited. Look, she's like, oh, he's sticking up.
Look at what I did. I busted everything all up. Hold on. Knocked out like my vintage. I had it propped up on my video games. This is how old I am. My Indiana Jones computer game. And my copy of Oregon Trail. Do you remember that game?
Mm-hmm.
I have that for my computer. That's how old and nerdy I am. It's the best game ever, Oregon Trail. I always used to die from dysentery. Did anyone else here used to play that? Or Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? I used to play that a lot too.
So I played Oregon Trail a lot, but also when I was in high school, we had a mentor program where we would bring in kids from middle schools into the high school. And so I was mentoring middle schoolers on computers and stuff. But for them, they barely wanted to like know about computer stuff. They just wanted to play video games. And we had like Oregon Trail was one of those games the middle schoolers could come in and play. And it was weird because for the middle schoolers, it was still like an outdated game, right? Like, I mean, even this was like 15 years ago and it was still like an outdated game at that point because Oregon Trail was from when we were young, right?
Yeah.
And so, and they would play it and it was just, none of the kids could ever get all the way across the country in like the hour or whatever it was that they were there for.
I never could either.
So Cheryl, we totally didn't start the contest yet for today.
Oh, what is it?
So, well, we sort of didn't decide what we were giving away, but I think I'm going to do, I don't know, I got to think hard about this.
What are the hospital utensils called?
What is it?
Like the hospital utensils? Like the things the doctor use? What are they?
Yeah, like the surgical tools.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite one?
Yeah. Yes.
There you go.
I do.
Oh boy.
You got super excited about that.
No, it's not a gross one. Actually, it is. No, wait, it is kind of a gross one. This is going to be good because if you know my favorite show that I watch on TLC, you might be able to figure it out.
Is it Grey's?
Yeah, I'm a gross.
Is it Grey's Anatomy?
No, no. I love a certain show and it's filled with gross things and it's very relaxing to me and is one of my most embarrassing secrets that I watch it. My brother knows exactly what I'm talking about. He's watching it right now. It's a show on either, I think it's on TLC.
Hold on, you're
And it's a
giving away a
doctor.
lot of hints, so be careful.
Mm.
All right, so
Yeah, but
because
I have a
people are
favorite
already
tool.
guessing. They don't
Do
even
you
know.
like the show House?
I love House.
Yeah, that was my
I love
favorite.
House.
That's probably one of my favorite medical shows.
Yeah, he's my favorite character. He's super. I guess he's very realistic, and I know that sounds awful, but it is. Like his attitude and mood is very standard for
Like kind of
specialists.
cocky. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yep.
Got you.
I get along well with those people.
But you know, I don't. So from a medical perspective, though, was that show like anywhere near realistic? Because it always just felt like it'd be like, we have no idea why this person's about to die, and like, look, like they had like a thread from their sweater got caught in their pupil, and like that's why it's like.
Yeah. Do you know the weird thing about that show? And I've talked to a few doctors about this, and his character, apart from the drug addiction issue, and they wrote the drug addiction issue in because at the time it was just starting to come to the forefront that 33% of doctors and nurses suffer from depression, stress, and some form of addiction at one point in their career. So they wanted to make him an addict, and they wanted that to be part of it. But the realness of it is the cases. Like they went to the Mayo Clinic, and his character is based on a couple of different doctors put together, but their weirdest, most challenging cases that they've treated. So, yeah, we. It can take up to like a couple weeks to get answers, but yeah, they have some pretty neat things on the show, and like my friends and I will watch it, and we'll take bets with each other on what the diagnosis is. So I love it. It's really cool.
Yeah, I had asked the doctor.
If you haven't seen it,
I had asked the doctor about the show, and they is what House do like kind of similar to what doctors do, and one of the doctors was like, "Yeah, I've seen the show," and he said some of the like diagnoses that he comes up with are like true and honest, but he said like the extra stuff that comes after that is kind of
it's like far-fetched.
Yeah.
Like, but like him pranking other doctors, I've seen a lot of that. Like the doctors, him not getting along with other doctors. I've seen a lot of that, you know. But I think the most genuine are the first 3 seasons. That's probably the most accurate of the whole thing. Same thing with Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy, like the first 2 seasons is pretty accurate with diseases and diagnosis, just not the melodrama that goes around everything else.
Okay, so Cheryl, you know, we didn't even really get into the contest thing yet, and people were like throwing out all kinds of guesses yet. So no. So I think we're gonna. We didn't even tell people what the prize was yet today. They were just ready to like start guessing. So we're gonna save, because that was a really interesting thing. We're gonna save it for maybe like the next time that you're on the show. I'm gonna pick something else different having to do with you. Okay.
Okay.
And so,
okay.
First we're gonna tell people what they can win today. And so, I don't know. I guess I was thinking about Infused Jam. I feel like I put a big burden on Avril though, but I was thinking about Infused Jam today. What do you think about Infused Jam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Infused Jam is always good.
So we're gonna do Infused Jam as the prize today, and then what we're gonna do, and so Cheryl, I'm gonna mute my mic for a second so the audience can't hear what I'm about to say so that I can give you like just a few seconds to maybe tippity tap into the. You're in the Disrupt America thing, right? So Heather Marie, you've been in touch with. You have Heather Marie in your messages. Heather Marie Brown.
Yeah.
So she's the one that you need to give the answer to. Okay.
Oh, so do I do that once I get off, or do
Oh,
I do that now?
because you're on. This is your phone right now, right?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I'm
yeah.
gonna mute us both, and you cover your mouth for a
Okay.
second. Are you kidding me? That's what it was? You can uncover your mouth now. Just don't mention it again, okay? Okay? That's amazing. That is so cool. Oh my god. You are like your cool factor just went up like a huge amount.
It's a long story. It never worked.
That is amazing.
Yes.
That is so amazing.
With a
Hold
group
on one
of
second.
friends.
I'm going to mute us again. Cover your mouth for just a second. Okay, cover your mouth. Wow. Wow. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to message. Okay.
Oh, my mom and brother are not allowed to participate.
Yeah, so
in
Deb,
that,
and I don't think that your brother is in the, I haven't seen him in the comments. Your mom is definitely in the comments.
Yeah.
So Deb, I'm sorry for today you're not eligible. Okay. So today's prize is infused jam. It's award-winning infused jam. Avril Andrade makes it. She won the Harvest Cup for best edible last year. And with her jam. So this is like award-winning jam maker, and you can pick either keto jam or non-keto. She makes different batches. She mails them out once a week. Sometimes you got to wait a few days depending on what you order. She makes different flavors. They're all crazy amazing. Everyone loves them. So here's the deal. Today you need to guess something. You need to guess the first car that Cheryl had, and you need to say like the make, the model, and the color. That's how we're going to differentiate it. We're going to make it a little tougher today. You got to pick the color too. It's not just, did she have a Ford Falcon? You'd have to say she had like a gray Ford Falcon. Okay?
Yeah.
And just so you know, that's your only hint I'm going to give you guys is that it's not a Ford Falcon. Okay? So start guessing. And you have to be around at the end of the show to win. That's why everyone can keep guessing, because even if you're the second or the third person to guess, we had it yesterday was the perfect example. The person who guessed first wasn't there, and so the second person who guessed the right answer ended up winning. So people start guessing. Okay. Awesome.
I'm interested to see who'll know. I bet a lot of people wouldn't figure it out. So
Your mom. So Johnny Nugs, it is. Yes, indeed, it is. It is infused in that manner, and you can pick either keto jam or non-keto, depending on what your dietary requirements are.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Sure.
All right, so we're unmuted again. Sorry, I was just talking to you for a second. So yeah, everyone, just keep guessing.
Yep.
Keep playing. And it's a jar of infused jam, and the folks that have won this infused jam know.
I was in it with you.
But she would have
So Cheryl, I know that you have been like working a crazy amount.
Yeah.
What's your schedule been looking like?
Like 80 plus hours a week. It's really not anywhere normal. It's not normalcy. During normal times, you work like either 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. or you work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Occasionally, we have like 11 to 11, but no one likes that shift, and that's like 3 days a week. But throughout the crisis, and now that we're doing this thing where we're trying to split the hospital in half to like a COVID side and a non-COVID side, so we can take, as we have more normal patients coming back, or not normal, but surgical cases, and we're trying to keep them all as safe as can be. Yeah, it's a little chaotic. My hours have been like, I feel like a vampire, like I feel like some creature of the night. It's kind of weird because my sleep cycle's been all thrown off, and yeah, I got a little down and blue over the weekend. It was supposed to be like a weekend off. Everyone's out partying because everything's just starting to reopen, and I just was like a lump on the couch. It was really, it does a number on you. Like, I'm glad things are reopening or slowly reopening. I just get nervous. I watch people and I'm like, I see people not being so careful, like that party of 1,000 people in Missouri over the holiday weekend. And that kind of, as a nurse, that frightens me. But around here in this area, I see people mostly doing the right stuff and being cautious, but going to the beach and stuff. I can't wait to go to the beach. That's like the biggest thing I'm looking forward to. And sitting in the sun.
Well, and also because like the beach is one of those like severely public places that sometimes can get crowded, and so it feels like one of those things that might be one of the more difficult things to get back, right? Like as we slowly transition at different points to like getting some of the normal things that we were used to, if we're getting those back, like it feels like the beach could be one of those things that, like, because right out in California, like they reopened them, a bunch of people went out, and then they like had a bunch of new cases reported, and it just it feels like one of those places where, I don't know, you'd like to think it's like nice and windy and nobody's going to be spreading anything, but clearly that isn't the case.
It depends. I think up here in Massachusetts, we have a higher death rate in Massachusetts. We've been a little bit more traumatized, kind of like the New Yorkers have. So when I'm out shopping, or even in New Hampshire, which hasn't been as badly affected, but our bordering state, I was just up there yesterday. I had to do an errand before work. People seem, for the most part, to be doing the right stuff, like wearing masks in stores and like giving each other wide distances when shopping. I'm not seeing as much of that protesting type crazy behavior. I see most of that online, like people trolling each other and bullying each other online, but not anymore in real life, and that's nice. I went to Plum Island over the weekend to try to take Oscar for a walk, and we very sadly realized that dogs weren't allowed anymore. I totally forgot it was Memorial Day weekend, and I said, "Oh no!" Like, because we have a sticker to go there and everything. He was so sad. The look on his face was like awful. I felt awful for him. I got to find a beach. I think Breakheart allows dogs. I got to bring them there. But yeah, people weren't wearing masks, and that's okay. I don't think you should be wearing a mask outside in hot weather. As long as you are practicing safe, like you put one beach towel 6 feet away from another beach towel, and make sure your kids aren't jumping on other children that don't belong. As long as they're not roughhousing with other kids and stuff like that, I think it's okay. I think it is. I think the beach, or maybe going swimming in a pool, that those are safe activities. Salt water kills germs and chlorine kills germs. So for me, I think that's healthy stuff to do.
So did Rebecca in the comments was mentioning that Governor Baker had reported that like some of the figures that we see on Corona stuff is like up to 2 weeks old, and so it can be potentially it might be tough to see a spike for at least 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. The numbers in our state, just because we've been so crazed and overloaded, are underreported, if anything. Not underreported. It's not like a conspiracy thing. Like we just haven't caught up to the numbers. Our nursing homes right now have been hit really hard, and what we're seeing mostly right now is nursing home and assisted living patients. And we also are experiencing them passing away in the nursing home and being brought in. You know, it's a sad thing. One of our local nursing homes lost almost 60 people in like a 3-week period. So the numbers I know from like what we see, we're in one of the hot zone areas. At one point, one of our local government officials was like, we're not even going to have you guys report the numbers every day anymore. They just, they come once every so often and collect the data and then they go. So I don't want people to get a false sense of safety. You will see a spike in numbers and in deaths as paperwork gets caught up on, as the state's reopening. And as things are reopening, like in any pandemic, you're going to see a surge. But we're at that point now where if we don't reopen, mental health is going to start becoming a real issue. And we're hitting like a lull in numbers. Like we're not seeing any sharp increases in hospitalizations right now. We have some open beds. We're closing the makeshift mobile units we had. We're closing those. So we're just sticking to our normal COVID ICUs and stuff like that. And we have a little bit of room if we needed, if God forbid we get a little spike. But I just want people to understand, the virus is still there. So just be careful. By all means, go out and support your favorite small businesses, but do so with caution because those poor people have taken an economic hit and now they're becoming frontline workers. So now they're having to deal with the public and everything. If you go to a restaurant, tip your waitress, please tip your waitress. Be good to them.
So, Johnny Nugs mentioned that food shopping is the worst, but he does like it now that it's socially acceptable for him to tell people to get away from him.
I do too.
And I was just, awesome. It's interesting. It just occurred to me, and because I never would think of this because I'm a guy. I'm not a woman, and I'm not a beautiful woman. And it must just be interesting right now because women are probably seeing a slight downshift in unwanted touching from men.
Yes, but not in commentary. I mean, I think having the masks on, guys in public places, they feel like, hey, so they can't see who I am. I'm going to say what I want to say. And I had some interesting characters following me around the Walmart in Seabrook the other day.
Oh boy. Well, it's like it's like Halloween every day, right? And
yeah,
and a lot of people. So I lived in New York City for 8.5 years, so I got to experience Halloween as an adult without kids around, without me having to take kids out or whatever. I got to experience Halloween as an adult in New York City for many years. And Halloween, for many adults don't realize this, Halloween is actually the most important, fun holiday for adults out of any day of the year. Potentially.
Oh, yeah. I love Halloween. Eric, do you love Halloween?
Do you like Halloween?
I do like Halloween.
I do too. It's my favorite holiday.
I used to like the parties at Halloween. That's what I used to like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I always found that adults, they'd get a little inebriated, and then they're wearing a mask or a costume. People can't really recognize them. And so the combination of their inhibitions going down and then being emboldened by the fact that they're allowed to sort of be in disguise, and you would see people let loose in ways that they never would any other day of the year. And so it's just interesting now with COVID. And in fact, Eric and I stopped at a convenience store the other day, and we were just watching people go in and out. We stopped to get gas, but we were watching people go in and out of the convenience store part. And Eric was like, man, with all the people that are walking up and putting their masks on, why aren't we it's just weird that we're not hearing more of that places are getting robbed because everyone's wearing the same masks or everyone's wearing masks.
It's so weird. Yeah, you can't. And like, I was standing at the deli counter and I was, picking up cheese for Oscar or whatever. And I heard behind me these guys, this group of guys who's, they were getting ready to go camping, clearly, because that Walmart in Seabrook is known for that. People go camping down by the beach. And the campsites had all just opened in New Hampshire. And I heard, oh my God, nice ass. Oh, Jesus. And like all these really gross, they were like, I'd take that home. I'm thinking they were like looking on their phone, like a normal group of guys doing like looking through Instagram or something. I turned around, it was me. They were talking to me, and I was like, first of all, I'm like, wow, I'm really flattered because I am really way too old for that crap. But I also was like, hey, wait a minute, like, are you saying that crap out loud? I was like, nice. Real nice, buddy. And I watched them go around. There clearly was a component of alcohol involved to this, but they were walking around the store, feeling free to say whatever they wanted to say to whatever woman they were approaching. And it was just like, oh, so I can foresee this being a little debauchery going on there. But yeah, no more unwanted touching. That's always a good thing. Men, behave yourselves.
So we're super, grateful that you're a part of the show every week, and we know how busy that you work. We hear you, like you're basically working almost like 2 shifts. Your hours are crazy. You're on the front lines and stuff. And so we really appreciate that you do still spend some time with us every week, and you come on, and we're glad that we got to just hang out with you today. But and normally you have like really cool guests come on and you have cool conversations, and that'll keep happening. But I thought it would be nice today to have us sit and hang out for a little bit, and especially because I know even it's not just sort of like a stressful time, but like also like your schedule right now and the stuff you're doing is like a lot different than what you're normally used to, and it just really throws normalcy like out the window for you. So, I know everyone in the comments have been, like saying nice things about you and saying thanks and stuff. And,
thank you.
And that's really sweet. And we should be we got to remember to try to do that for like all the folks that are out there who, everyone whose lives are being affected, but especially those that are like putting themselves in harm's way for the rest of us. And I know it's a larger group of people, but it definitely includes our medical professionals and our nurses, and especially nurses who historically are the ones that sort of get like sort of like the least amount of gratitude,
we don't do it for gratitude.
Or even pay, right? Like you're putting yourself in just as much risk and doing just as much work as anyone else in that hospital, and often you guys are the ones that are sort of seen as like commodities, like there's a bunch of you and you're doing, and so I just think it's, I'm really grateful that you have been spending your time with us and really having amazing conversations with folks. And it's because, and for people that don't know, like even you just doing a segment for, 30 or 40 minutes every week with a guest, like that's a lot of work for you. And even right now is time that you could be like relaxing or sleeping or taking Oscar for a walk or doing stuff. So we're just really happy that you're still willing to spend that time with us every week. It means a lot to us.
Thank you. Yeah, you guys mean a lot to me too.
I can't say all that stuff, but because I'm not good at talking like that, but it is good to see you, Cheryl, and I cannot wait to talk to you again. I do the singing stuff.
I love to talk to you. I know.
I can serenade you. That's the most I can do, but my words ain't too good.
That makes my week that you serenade me. That makes my week. I have patients in the hospital who watch, we watch, while I'm doing stuff, and they're like, that Patriots player? I'm like, yes, I do.
Oh, yeah.
My coolness factor goes up like a whole bunch from that.
I'm going to have to come surprise you all at the hospital.
So,
oh my God, they would die. They would absolutely die. I mean, you've met but you met Dr. DeFazio, and obviously, John, but no one else. That would be awesome.
Oh yeah, I definitely.
So is he alive? I mean, but is that a realistic thing? Is he would?
Yeah, as things are calming down, like I said, we have a non-COVID section of the hospital and a COVID section. So yeah.
You keep me
over
out
the
of
next
the
couple weeks.
C-section. I don't want to be in that section.
No, not that. Yeah, you can come to the. You can come to the clean side, the sterile side. But yeah,
So
they would love that.
So Cheryl, before we get going, we just want to remind everyone that today's contest was to guess Cheryl's first car that she had. And you have to guess the brand, you have to guess the make and the model and the color. Yeah. And the first person to guess that's still here at the end of the show will win today's prize, which is going to be some infused jam. So, Cheryl, we totally appreciate you hanging out with us today.
Thank you, Cheryl. We appreciate you. And we can't wait to see you again, Miss Benedetti.
I love you, Eric. Oh my God. See,
I know. I realize I haven't sang to you one time. Usually, when you come on, you're like ready to go and ready to interview. So I never get enough time to sing. So
I know we should all host a show together. Now that lockdown's over, so we can just fool around and do goofy things. I love when Eric sings. It's the best. It's the coolest. But thank you guys. I've been feeling really blue the last few days. So I took a little social media break, and this is a really good way to come back. So thank you.
Awesome.
I'm glad we can make your day.
We appreciate you, Cheryl.
Yes.
We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Everybody. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. That's fun. I always like seeing Cheryl.
I want to get a rise out of me. Send me a form. Oh, Amanda, you keep them kind of comments to yourself, Amanda. Keep them comments in the private. You got private that comment.
So yeah, you're guessing, and like Amanda, so that's a good guess, right? You said tan Nissan Sentra. That's a great guess. Yeah, we totally missed Oscar. Oh no. I just want an Oscar puppy cam.
You gotta put a GoPro on him.
Right?
Strap a GoPro to him.
I bet you we could just leave a live camera on Oscar for hours and people would just watch it. Put a little music in the background. Put the Oscar Mayer Wiener song. Wish I was an Oscar Mayer Wiener. And I'm sure there'd be millions of people watching that thing. So today's contest is for Infused Jam. Yes, thank you for putting that comment in, and I'm going to pin it as soon as it comes up.
Food always makes them sing. What's she talking about? Who's talking about getting us some food?
Amanda was.
What you need food for, Amanda?
No, somebody was asking for you to sing.
Sing for what?
I forget. Maybe their birthday or something. And
whose birthday?
It's not today though. I think it's tomorrow. I forget. I'm already
Whose
forgetting.
birthday is it?
And so Amanda said, "Hey, the way that you can definitely get him to sing for you. You just got to send him breakfast."
Oh yeah.
Because Amanda's fighting for us. We appreciate that.
That'll definitely get me to sing. Get me to do some other things too. Just gotta ask.
Just gotta say please.
Yeah, just gotta beg. Get on your knees. No, I mean
He's rewind. How does this thing rewind? Pause.
Yo, what? What are you guys talking about? Wow, that took a left turn.
Freudian slip.
This is what happens when you on TV too much and
nobody gives you breakfast.
People start to see your real personality. Look, if people gonna be trying to talk to me, they gonna think they talking to the person on the show. They gonna realize I'm mad quiet in person. I do not say a lot in person. You be in person like, yo, this ain't the dude I watch every day at 10 a.m. You're damn right, because this is not him. This is a whole different person. What's your favorite breakfast, guys? Johnny, our favorite breakfast is whatever you willing to shoot up.
It's basically what it comes down to. He's vegetarian.
Whatever you willing to shoot up to us, my brother. Meat or not, I'm going to try it. At this point.
He's vegetarian, but what he's saying is he's willing to eat meat.
What I'm saying is at this point, we ain't had breakfast in so long that eating meat is an option. You can also put your dog on the table. He'll get fried up, too.
He's hot dog.
Hey, you know what we have for breakfast? Vitamins.
I do. And then he's like, you shouldn't have those. You're going to ruin your kidneys or liver or whatever.
No, you take too many. Look at you're not supposed to take 12 things of pills of vitamins in the morning. It's not good for your liver. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much water you drink. If you take 12 different pills of vitamins, your liver is like, yo, what the f*** is this?
Yeah, so Rebecca said if she needs to send you breakfast food and it makes us sing.
Yeah, Rebecca.
Makes you sing. Oh, because I think
you know how they say bands make her dance.
Amanda Joseph's birthday is in like 2 days. She wanted to sing us for
I think
both
y'all
of us to
should feed
sing
me
her
on my
happy birthday.
Oh, Amanda, I could definitely feed you on your birthday.
So why don't you send me a pizza?
Feed you some chocolate.
Send me a cash app. There's that cash app.
Send you a pizza. Definitely feed you some chocolate. I give you a nice big old bouquet of flowers, and it'll come with a nice big old piece of chocolate. It's about 6'2" worth of chocolate. Yeah, I'm just messing around, guys. I just like to make people's birthdays feel special around here because
by offering it up his body as a piece of chocolate.
Yeah, who wouldn't want a 6'2" piece of chocolate knocking at their door, saying, "Hey."
But what if she opened the door and it's like the giant bunny with one eyeball?
Well, then you know.
She's like, "Whoa, this is not the 6'2" piece of chocolate I was hoping for."
You get the real chocolate. See, Amanda said she likes chocolate.
I like Laura Lee's guesses. Laura Lee has some amazing guesses. You have a lot of creativity, Laura Lee.
Laura said that she had received some hate mail yesterday. I was reading that. Are you doing okay, Laura? Do you need us to come handle some business? Because we got to take care of something if you need us to. Make sure that's all 6'2" of that chocolate is THC infused. Let me tell you, this has been infused for about 6 years, honey. All this thing been, hey, this piece of chocolate is a smoke train too. Choo choo. Oh man, Eric the cake top. I like to wake everybody up with a nice little, that's what get everybody's brain going. Look, it's only a couple things that get people's brains functioning and get people's brains moving. Sex, more of it, and and food. Talking about food, talking about the things that you think about the most. Sharon, we're guessing Cheryl's first car. Now, if she had a Porsche GTS Black, best believe
she wouldn't be on this show right now.
Exactly. And she wouldn't be driving.
But that is a beautiful. Wow, that is some guess. That is an amazing guess.
If that was her first car, she definitely
would not be on this show.
I'm gonna be calling her right now. Hey, Cheryl, we need to take you on a date.
Yeah. Just a 2-seater.
You need a sugar baby?
Leave that Oscar at home. You gotta leave that exactly. You gotta leave that Oscar at home.
You need a sugar baby.
You need that car waxed? You need that car waxed?
Because this chocolate.
Eric will soap up his body and rub it all over that car.
Where's my birthday suit? Oh.
What's up, Dean? How are you?
Amanda, you better stop.
Nice to see you, Dean.
You gonna have people on here thinking we You have people over here thinking I'm in, I'm over here trying to use this show to get all up and talk to y'all.
Just some of y'all.
Grand damn. That's funny. Said a Porsche GTS.
And the black
I'd
one,
have
dude,
been,
that's
I'd
good.
have definitely been in that.
It's
Thing.
my... We'll
Cheryl, hit me up.
Yeah, we'll take a pair of those.
Hit me up, Cheryl. She's probably watching that.
Like Trish says, and Trish even threw the year in there. Trish, I have a feeling that was your car.
1979 Pontiac Pea Green Sunbird.
That sounds cool. That sounds cool as heck.
First of all, Pontiac Pea Green.
I like that. And Laura, by the way, Laura Lee is being smart because she's really trying to think back, like, what age do you think Cheryl is? How old was she when she got her license,
Pontiac
getting a used
Sunfire.
car?
A red
Hey, Lewis.
VW
Lewis is
Beetle.
our new viewer. Pleasure to have
Lewis?
you, Lewis. I don't know. He's here, though. Nick the intern. I don't know. Nick the intern said he's here. That he's our new viewer, whatever that means.
White Jetta.
And George Armstrong is around, even though he hasn't commented.
No, he commented earlier.
Oh, what's up, George?
He said he had to go, I think.
And by the way, Cheryl's mom did figure out how to follow the page.
Black.
So she figured out how to follow the page.
Okay.
Which we love. Thank you.
Okay, Dad.
Next step is liking it. Next step up
White
from
Ford
following is
Taurus
liking it.
wagon.
Y'all have some really good guesses. So Dean, you would say, like, if you were gonna say Pinto, you would say like Ford Pinto Black or Black Ford Pinto or Green Ford Pinto or whatever. Or like the Gremlin, you'd say AMC Gremlin Blue. And you know what? We get it. You don't have to say the brand if we know a Corolla is a Toyota.
He's coming from Instagram. He said this is a must-watch.
Yeah. Well, cool. What's up, bud? It is sort of a must-watch.
Red Ford F-150. I don't think Cheryl was driving that.
Up next, we have our continuing segment twice a week. It's called Green Ash on the Grow with Jodi Chapin with master grower Nate Andrade. He comes on. He helps her through her multi-stage home grow here in Massachusetts. And
Miss Jodi, she's let me tell y'all about Miss Jodi. Good woman, very good woman. She's when you meet her, she's very loving. She gives you all this energy, but for some reason with her plants, she be like put me in a chokehold. Shut up.
She's
That's what she be doing with her plant. That's why they so tough. They be growing.
You made like an earthquake here for a second. It was like the whole world was.
That's to let y'all know what Jodi be doing. Look at she had a plant. And I'm telling you, I ain't never seen no plant react like this.
Amanda, you need to only rent a Ford F-350. You don't need to own one. Nobody needs to own a Ford F-350.
Especially if it's their first car. Like, absolutely not. If your first car is a Ford F-350, you must have been born in nowhere, Texas.
Yeah,
nowhere, Georgia.
You shouldn't need a stepladder to get into your to your daily car. Okay, you don't need a stepladder. You don't need to be bringing a stepladder to the mall.
Even with the black Firebird, come on. You know how big a Firebird is? You know how hard it was to park that car? That shit was like parking a limousine. Nobody's driving that for their first car.
I would love to drive that for that'd be awesome. We should get, like, if somehow we get money someday, we should get, like, some, like, 60s, 70s. I know you had an Impala for a while.
Yeah.
That was in the 80s, though, right?
No, I had a 96 Impala.
Ah.
I had the year Tupac died.
Yeah.
Had that 96 Impala. Ooh, I love my Impala. I had 215s in the trunk. I had some 20-inch rims on it. Pirellis on the tires. I had the spacers on them. Oh, my God. You tripping. My car was beautiful before it got stolen. Motherfucker. But we're not going to talk about that. Tough love. I asked my kids what I did before they got shots at the doctors. Jodi, you're not supposed to treat plants like that. This is a plant. It's not your child. It's a difference. It's a. See, Jody, you need to be quiet in the comments. We don't want you
Jody, you're supposed to be in a Zoom room right now, Jody.
you giving away too much. You gonna get in trouble. You gonna have somebody. You got CPS in the comments like, yo, you said you do what to your kids? We see his acting. You agree with that? We see his acting. A Honda Civic. Yeah, if you look, it's Honda Civics from 1998 still going for sale for $5,000. Let me tell you, you got a Honda Civic, you still got it right now. If you got a Honda Civic, you ain't gave it up. Them cars you don't give up.
That's true, right?
For real, if you got a Honda Civic from the 90s, you still got it right now, sitting in the parking lot, could turn on and everything, probably could drive. I'll tell you, if you got a Honda Civic, a Jetta, or what's the other one? I wouldn't say a Ford Focus. Ford Focuses don't last that long. I had a Ford Focus. Ford Focus was, I don't tell y'all too much about it. That might be next time. Acura Legend. You know what? My dad had an Acura Legend, and I was a fan of an Acura Legend. My dad had an Acura Legend. Them cars was nice.
Hell yeah, they were.
My dad, he had a low Acura Legend. He had it low to the ground. He had spacers on the rims. And them things was hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Acuras were back in the day. Now they're just all SUVs. I'm not a big fan of the SUVs, but
they couldn't keep up with the cars. They couldn't. They had one nice car and that was it. They was like, oh, we can't do it no more.
There's a whole documentary on hip hop and the Acura Legend.
Mm-hmm. Acura Legends was
and
big.
They track it back to like the first dudes that started rapping about it, and then made it popular, and a whole bunch of people came in and started getting them after that.
That's what my dad had. He had two of them actually, but the other one he sold. I drive stick. Amanda Joseph says she can drive a stick. You need to prove it. I don't believe it. Probably burning out clutches and everything.
Jody. Can you hear me, Jody?
Ooh, so Jody, you looking good. Who you getting dressed up for, girl?
Jody, does your thing ever work when you... I forget. Does it ever work when we go sideways with your thing?
I thought no, but let's see. Sideways.
Turn it sideways the other way. No, I guess not. I guess we always try this, and it never. It's fine. We're good. You can put it back to normal. I'll probably continue to occasionally be like, "Hey,
what it do?"
I'm just going to adjust your thing a little bit so I can make your thing a little bigger.
Hey, bro. How you doing? I like the shades.
You can see Avril.
Now I can, and Nate, hi.
Jody in that bright orange. Ooh, looking like a big old, looking like a tangerine. Like a healthy tangerine.
I need a little brightness in my life.
I see. Got a nice little citrus look.
I'm just fixing something for a second. Okay. And lastly,
somebody in the comments said Nate looks high as fuck. April, give him the shades. Give him the shades.
Did you hear me? Did you hear me? It's like I've been working in the sun.
Nate says he's been working in the sun, guys. Don't judge him.
No, nobody judge Nate today. Okay.
Judgment-free zone.
Before we get into this, guys, I do want to for us to sort of acknowledge that Avril is wearing
The first, the best,
Good Morning Shut-ins t-shirt.
tax-free. Good morning.
There it is.
Wait, what did Nate do? What did he do? I missed it. Did he do something weird?
He grabbed April.
Look, people, just because you buy a t-shirt doesn't mean you're going to get Nate grabbing you like that. That doesn't come free with the t-shirt, okay?
Stick with the mug.
You gotta hit Nate up separately for that. That doesn't.
Yeah.
Jodi, Laura Lee is saying that you look beautiful today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, Laura, what about me? Like, what? Nobody said we look beautiful. What is this? We've been on the show for an hour and a half. We ain't been. Okay, I see how it is in the comments now. All right.
Well, that's because you get compliments every single day.
Hey, well, we do
I only
this
have
for
a
free,
chance
so
every
we
once
gotta
in a
get
while.
something in exchange.
Well, that all said.
All right.
That all said, we're so happy that Wednesdays, not only do we get Cheryl Benedetti coming on, but we also get Jodi Chapin with Green Nurse on the Grow coming on every Wednesday and Sunday with her guest master grower Nate Andrade. And hey, and Jodi, I don't know if you and Nate and Avril realize this, but normally, like, we come on sort of at the beginning, our picture is in the lower left-hand corner. You can't see us right now, I know that, but on the stream, people can still see us, but then we kind of turn ourselves off and we let you guys do your thing for a little while.
Yeah, we disappear.
We disappear for a little bit. And so that's what we're going to do. I think this time, we're actually going to go out for maybe a quick smoke or something, and we'll watch it from the car.
Yeah, we just kind of give Jodi we trying to slowly incorporate Jodi into being a hostess, while we...
Yeah, pretty soon we're going to have, Nurse Cheryl will have her whole own one day, and then Jodi, and then...
Y'all just coming to take our jobs. It's okay. They already giving you the compliments in the comments, so you can just have it. We don't want it no more anyway. We got better things to do.
It's not true.
Don't worry. We won't yet.
We have nothing to do.
We have nothing to do. Well, right now it's like, what are we going to do with our time right now? We're going to go out to the car and have a smoke. So,
right. Enjoy your break. I'm not stealing your fire.
No, but
Don't
we'll
worry.
be listening. We'll be listening in. We'll be
enjoying
enjoying
the comments though.
We're going to be enjoying the show from the car for just a little bit. So by the way, Jodi, what this means though is that when you're getting close to being done, we're watching like 30 seconds behind or so, like 20 seconds behind.
So just give us like a cue, like kind of like, just kind of do this. Go rub your armpit like this.
Yeah, no, Jodi, do the fart.
No,
thing.
I'm keeping my arms down. It's very hot in this room.
Jodi, just really low key without anyone noticing.
Pick your nose real close to the camera.
Make fart sounds with your armpit, and that'll be. Then we'll know to run in from the car. Okay. As soon as you do that, but Jodi, if you don't do the fart sounds, we might not know. It might the show might derail if you don't do the fart sounds with your. Okay.
You know what? I'll make a fart sound.
Okay.
How about
that's what I like to hear.
Sounds great. You're a real team player, Jodi. Thanks.
I'll make a fart sound.
We're gonna so we're so proud that on Wednesdays we have Green Nurse on the Grow with Jodi Chapin and her special guest, master grower Nate Andrade. Where they take us through Jodi's home legal grow, which is in different stages. It's been looking amazingly, and we think that's because of the tenacity of Jodi and the skill set of Nate. And so we're really happy to bring you. This is probably our 10th, 12th segment of this, and it's one of the favorite segments by folks, our viewers out there, and it's ours too. So we're just so happy to
have this break
to
and
present
go
to
smoke.
you Jodi Chapin with Green Nurse on the Grow. Okay, take it away.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Go enjoy. So welcome back, everyone. I wish I could see Nate and April while I'm reporting this, but that's okay. Anyway, welcome back. It's been, oh, there we go. Now I can see you guys.
Bye, Jodi. I love you. I gotta go water the greenhouse.
All right. I'll see you in a little bit. Anyway, welcome back, everyone. It's been a trying few days. Since Sunday, I have been, really struggling to sex these plants because I know that's, one of the next things I need to do. And I would have thought that as a labor and delivery nurse, I've been sexing humans for over 3 decades, and that's been pretty easy. I thought that maybe plants would be too, and I am struggling. Nate, I know I had sent you a whole bunch of photos. I was so proud. I thought I had all sorts of females with me. I was looking for these 2 little white hairs, and then they all turned out to be, what was it? The pistols I was looking at. I wasn't looking beyond the pistols.
No, you were looking at the stipules.
Oh, the stipules. The stipules is what I was looking at. And I was like, oh, all right. Well, now I have to go back and, look at all the plants again. But you did identify that I do have at least one female. And I actually think now I see the female parts on this one. So I'm hoping that when I do turn around the camera, that everybody else will be able to see it too. But I actually just noticed it just as I was sitting here waiting for us to come on. So I haven't been able to take some photos of it yet. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to zoom in enough so everybody can see it. But I can't believe how much difficulty I'm having with this, sexing thing. And then even, I know Mike and Eric were joking about me manhandling. I mean, we were talking about that, you and me off camera, again, I work with babies every day. I haven't broken one yet my plants, I am totally manhandling and breaking. But you explained to me yesterday that it was because I'm bending it too far down close to the base, that I should be, when I'm low stress training it, I should be going up closer to the end of that stem. So I started doing that with a couple of my other ones. So hopefully.
And earlier.
Training earlier. And I think, what I think I really need to do is that when I'm on my 4 shifts on at work, a lot of times, it's like that benign neglect. I kind of like peek in, kind of see if they need some water. But I mean, my plants are kind of neglected when I have my shifts on in a row. But now I'm going to be, definitely more adamant about coming into my grow room, because they're like children. You can't neglect children, just because you're working, right? So I have to tend to them. But so I'm going to turn around my camera. Now, I know Mike had said the other day that he thought that my front camera was clearer than my back camera, but I have a feeling it was my ring light. So I'm still going to flip it around, but I'm going to use my ring light and see if that helps at all. Okay, so let me do this. Flip. Okay. So let me see if I can zoom, like come in real close where I think you had identified that this that you identified as female. Now, Mike, can you tell if I'm close enough to the little female parts?
It's a little bit blurry.
Or no? Okay. Yeah, then I'll definitely get a better picture. But this is the one. So this, usually I turn around and go right to my flower, to my flowering girls. Oh, actually, right. Let me see. Can you see that?
Yep.
So those are the 2 little white hairs that you were talking about that kind of come up.
Yep,
like
right.
and that's like right on either side, like on the side of those stipules, right?
Correct. Yep, that's where you'll find them. You'll always find them to the left or to the right of those other pointy little, whatever they are.
Yeah.
Those are on every plant right from the beginning. They start to grow those, but it kind of shows you where they'll be located. It's more off. It's not really on the main stem. It's always in between the main stem and the branch is where you'll always find them. Yep.
Yeah. That's
okay.
A female. Yeah. Okay.
So the thing that's coming out.
Okay. Awesome.
That's because they won't all have pistils coming out of them. Some of them will just have the actual calyx, and once you see what that looks like, then you can identify all of them. And the males tend to have more than one thing protruding out of it, so that's another sign. It's
okay.
The female part is more of like a backwards tadpole looking type thing, where the males will have it will look like a little like claw, or it will have like a bunch of protruding balls looking things coming out of the side. But yep, that definitely looks like
that's definitely. So this one I can put into my flower tent.
Correct.
At this point, I mean, is it bushy enough? Like, you think?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know you said at any point I can put it in. Okay, and that way it'll start taking care of some of the room, the issue that I have in my veg tent, for making some room. Okay, so, and then I think these were the ones that I was still having an issue with identifying, and I thought, yeah, you know what? Once I moved this plant, yeah, this one was a more difficult one for me to.
Yeah, it should be mature enough to see. You just gotta.
I just have to find.
Search through those bigger branches. Those bigger branches should definitely have something going on.
Right, you would think, right? A second, let me see. I'm trying to do this with. Are you able to?
Right above. Go up a little bit.
Ooh, I just
right
saw
there.
it. Oh.
Right there. Go and get closer to that part.
Oh.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Right there?
Right above your finger, yep.
See, I mean, that looks nothing like the other one.
Yeah, I would just continue to watch that or look in different spots and see if they're clustering. If it clusters more than one thing, or it looks, like I said, like a little crab claw.
Yeah.
Then it'll be a male. But
okay.
You just gotta search through the plant. You'll find somewhere, because that's a mature plant right there. Usually it's between 4 to 6 weeks. You can tell. Sometimes it will take 8 weeks, but that's
because this one I had planted the seed March 19th. So you would think, oh, wait a second. I don't know if that's a.
Yeah, you'll have to take the jeweler's loop and get it.
Yeah, and really look for that one. Yeah, this one definitely wasn't as easy to identify as the other one. The other one, was definitely more of the more obvious.
Yep, and I told you that there's some that it just takes a little bit longer for it to show its sex.
Yeah.
You kind of put that one in the middle. You don't know. Right now you just want to find the ones you know for sure are female and the ones that you know are for sure male. And the males, you'll just get rid of them.
Yeah, like this one, I'm trying to, I can see those stipules, right? But I don't see anything beyond the stipules. So this is one that I kind of have to wait.
Yep.
All right. Because that's kind of how they all are. But this one that one would be fine to put back, into the veg tent or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, they'll be fine in the veg no matter what. It's just they take up room and energy and everything. If they're male, there's no point of them to spend another day in the tent. But I would Like I would search every branch, you know what I mean, on the ones that you don't know, because there could be a part where it's showing and it's not really developed in the rest of the spots. So I would just like take that jeweler's loop and run it all the way down to each branch, all the way up and down, and until you can really find one that's defined.
Yeah, and I do have a jeweler's loop, but you know, I know you haven't experienced this yet because you're as I am, but my eyes, even with glasses on and using the jeweler's loop, I still can't see shit. So I mean, I think I might invest in like one of those crafting, you know, big, huge magnifying glasses with maybe a ring light.
Yep.
Because I mean, like, in all honesty, I mean, like right now that you've identified this one as, you know, as a female, I can totally see it. So I mean, I guess once the rest of them are kind of that obvious, right? I just don't want it to be too late when there's. And I think one of the pictures that I sent you that you thought was that could be is a plant that I actually have outside in my small greenhouse. I only have one plant out there right now. It was one that I needed to hack down a little bit because it had gotten wicked leggy. But I'm going to keep that outside for now. If you're thinking it's like in you know, kind of in that greenhouse, and keep it away from my indoor. Because if there's any chance that it might be a male, I don't want it to infect my other plants.
It didn't look developed yet. It's still like, what will happen if it is a male and it has like those crab claws? What will happen is eventually it will turn into like little pods, like little like flowery, like grape looking pods, and then those all burst open, it sends the pollen everywhere. You're from that stage, like it's not flowering, so I would be more worried about bringing plants up from bringing them up outside and then bringing them back in, because you can bring in pests like that. So I'd be more concerned about that.
Okay.
But yeah, you just have to keep an eye on it and just keep looking at it. It will get more developed over time. And like I said, the second that you see it looking little seed pod coming out, then that's when you'll definitely want to kill it.
Pull them. It's so funny. Every time I talk about killing the male plants, my husband's like, "Why does the males always have to die?" And I was like, "Well, in this case, you know, they weaken the female. I mean, basically, they take away, you know, the potency, and you know,
we're only good for reproduction."
Right. So, I mean, maybe in the future, if I get into to a point where I want to actually save certain genetics, right? Is that when I would allow or if I had a hybrid I wanted to make? I mean, that's well beyond my level of expertise at this point. I just have to concentrate on watering and feeding and not. You were just breaking up a little bit.
All I was saying is, just like in humans, not all males are equal either. So, like,
not
all males, just because you have a male, you can breed seeds. You know, you want to find a male that, you know, gets a lot of trichomes, you know, a lot of different things. But yeah, that's further down the line. Right now, it's just sexing and getting those males out and getting the girls flowering.
Yeah, and then just watching these. I don't know if you've been looking, like, as I've been scrolling over. Who is this? This is Matrix. Yeah, this is Matrix. And can I tell, like, just having my face all up in her business? Oh my God, she smells so amazing. You know, and I know I say that each and every week that we do this, but holy crap. Like, I really can't see how anybody can say that they don't like the smell of cannabis. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's better than a Yankee Candle, and I wish I could make a candle out of this smell. Unless there is candles out there, if anybody knows of any candles. Or maybe April can make some candles. That would be a whole nother area. Oh, look at the picture of Nate and April. Okay, so yeah, so this is the matrix that I've just been scrolling over, and to me she's just like really pretty and frosty. And really starting to plump up. I mean, definitely, now that I've pulled her out of the tent and just kind of, looking in between all the leaves. Although she definitely has a lot more leaves than either of the other two in flower. She's not at a point that I'd trim more off, is she?
No, all the flower tops are looking like they can be hit by light. That's good. The only thing I would say is that it still does look a little bit yellow in the camera. It looks like.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, because over here is the vegging green one, and then I just fed them what April had given me yesterday.
I lost connection. Connection for a second.
Okay, well, let me know when you're back on. I'm just scrolling.
They do look a little yellow, like I said, maybe a little bit.
Oh, you're definitely breaking up. And I can't tell if you're breaking up for everyone or if it's just for me. But I'm gonna scroll right on over here to the Hazy Bastards one. Oh, it looks like I lost connection with them. But I'll continue on showing everybody else because I think I'm still on. This one is Hazy Bastards. Oh, there's Nate. Oh, I see you. Can I hear you? I can't hear you.
Yeah. You hear me?
Okay. I can hear you now. Okay, so what I'm on right now is Hazy Bastards. And I was going to try to come in real close. And this is the one, really dank smelling, really earthy. Where the Matrix definitely had a little more of a sweet smell to her. And did I just hear April's voice?
Jodi, we're sitting here with you. Yeah. Nate is still sort of connected. Okay. I think he's just trying to reconnect.
Okay. I'm just kind of. Ooh, oh my God, this one is so frosty. Holy crap. So Mike, you're watching this. Is the lighting any better when I use the circle light as I scroll over them? You know how the other day you were saying that it might have been the front or back camera that was.
Yeah, no, it actually looks really good. Oh shit.
Okay. I think it was because of my lighting. I didn't have like right now I'm just holding my circle light tripod. But it's the same, I flipped the camera around, so it's the same camera I've been using.
Yeah, no, it looks beautiful. Too. Your stuff looks great.
This is my Tanya OG.
Is it smelling good? I mean, is it smelling good too?
This one is the one that smells very citrusy. So I'm hoping this was my random Agent Orange seed that I had actually pulled from a grow from last summer from one that I had visited on Martha's Vineyard. So and I loved it. And I was just kind of playing around.
And I think this might be it.
Nice, nice. So, by the way, Nate might activate his audio if he hasn't already, but Nate is back, sort of, I think.
Okay. I don't see him yet. Oh, I hear April. I'm going to play around with the colors of light. Ooh, I think that's yellow lighting on it. Ooh, that actually makes it kind of cool.
No, it looks really good. And by the way, speaking of Tanya, she was in the ER.
Why? Wait a second. She was in the emergency room? Is that what you were just
Yep,
saying?
she's doing okay, but she's doing okay.
Is that okay that you're announcing that?
I think so. I think people knew.
Okay. All right. HIPAA and everything. Yeah, these are the leaves that are still kind of yellowish. So this one I'm working on my nutrients. But I mean, even with the leaves looking yellow, I mean, it still smells really good and seems to be kind of frosty. I don't know if everybody else can see how frosty it is, but and they're pretty thick. I mean, yeah. Huh. Okay. So Nate's not back with us, right?
Yeah,
I hear nothing.
He was sort of. So, Johnny Nugs is asking what you're using for newts, and I'll go so far as to say that you are using a super soil that's amended with nutrients. So as opposed to adding nutrients every time you water, you're simply just watering, and it's the nutrients that are in the soil are actually then sort of getting made available to the plants through the watering for them to use, right?
Yep. Correct. Through the advice of my master grower. And I think with me, it's just like really trying to get on that routine of, feed, water. I think sometimes, I let a little more time go in between, the 24 hours before watering. And I think I've found myself letting the soil dry a little too much. So I think that might be a problem too. And Nate had talked to me about that. Maybe we need to shorten the time, the time frame in between watering, right, Nate? Was that something you were talking to me about off camera the other day? And you know what? That's right. He's not on. But anyway, we were talking about that. So I think that's going to be the next thing I try is just making sure that I'm in here more often. So let's see. I'm gonna, because this light ring doesn't reach over to my veg tent, and actually with the LED light on in the veg tent, it doesn't really. Oh, there's Nate.
I like that when it freezes on. I like it when it freezes on Nate. It's like it's always a very serious look on Nate's face.
I know, right? Right. I was going to walk over to my veg tent, but if Nate was going to come back on, I was going to see if he had anything else to say about my other flowering girls. Okay, well, I'm going to walk over to the veg tent anyway, and I'm going to turn my my ring light out, because I don't really think it does any good in my veg tent.
So Jodi, are you in 5-gallon pots for those plants that are further along right now?
Yes, I am.
And maybe between you and Nate, and it might be maybe Nate, if he can actually hear, if he's coming through, but people are sort of asking about the like what you're actually feeding them. So could one of you sort of explain the idea of amended soil?
Nate and April would definitely be the ones to ask about amended soil, because they just kind of, help me with the nutrients, and I mix everything up. I'm like that little kid that, is sitting there next to that cake mix bowl, and the mother puts all the ingredients into the bowl, and then I get to stir it all up. Right now, I'm kind of at that stage. I'm still learning, nutrients and, levels of, nitrogen and potassium. And like, I think he would be the best one to. But I mean, since I've been using the soil and the amended soil, and and the nutrients, organic the nutrients that they suggest, they've been looking great. And I think even with me manhandling them, which this is one of them that I kind of manhandled a little bit. I mean, it's bouncing back. It builds character, right?
So Nate, can you hear me? All right. So Nate, you're not coming through too well. But Johnny Nugs is asking that when you reach flour, or at least a certain point within flour, he's assuming that you're using a compost tea to supplement nutrients in pots that size. Is that the case?
No, I'll supplement with some bottle news.
Yeah, we sort of lost
Did
you,
we
Nate.
lose Nate again?
So Jodi, you're there, right?
Yeah.
So I'll ask you, Jodi, at least so far, how far into flour are you so far?
With my other girls, that is, that is 5 weeks into flour.
How many weeks?
Because we're at the end of May, right? I think 5 weeks.
So has Nate had you do anything other than water those plants? Have you added any nutrients?
Yeah, it was the organic, it was the brown liquid stuff that they had given me. That was a mixture that April had given me.
Got it. Okay, so
So yeah, I mean, is that a tea? Is that considered a tea? Like, I'm not quite sure if that was a.
That's
he broke up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Nate said. It is something though. So there is something that's getting added. Johnny, I know you're asking. There is some stuff that they're amending in with the water toward the end, but I know it's all natural and stuff. Yeah, it's even if they're calling it something other than compost tea, I'm sure it's something very akin to compost tea. So Jodi, this is all.
Yeah, like I'm not quite sure what compost tea is.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we can get into it with Nate at some point when he has a good signal.
Yeah.
I thought I saw Nate blink for a second.
Yes. I did see him kind of flash on for a mere moment. I'm gonna actually walk on over to
Nate, blink.
Where my
Nate,
other little
blink if you're okay,
are.
Nate. Blink.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Blink if you need help. So Jodi, those are are these new plants that are coming in?
Yeah, so the two here and back are seeds that I had planted on May 6th. Did we decide that was a full moon or no? I know that the April 7th one was a full moon. I can't remember. Usually I put a little moon on it if it was full moon planting. And then this right here is a clone of my Tanya OG. And this, it was one of the bigger pieces that I had taken off of my auto that had gotten wicked leggy, that I was like, I'll just try and make a clone out of that. But yeah, that's what I have over here that I'm playing around with. I gave a bunch of stuff away. I gave one of my nieces and one of my nephews each a seedling. One of these, I had a couple more, a seedling and a clone. And I also gave my sister-in-law a seedling and a clone. So I'm getting the family into it. Figured to make us all growers, you know. But yeah, so that's what I got over there.
We'll get it. We can just go back and watch
Is Nate back on with us? Because
Yeah,
I
he
was
sort
going
of
to
is.
turn this
Nate,
back around. And, oh.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Can you hear us?
This is the.
Yep.
Nate, get it. So go outside. Go outside the car. Maybe that'll help.
Nate, for a second, pretend you're eating a hot dog.
Oh my God.
Ew.
I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I can't see him.
Oh, there he is. Now he's outside.
There we go. Nate, diggity, diggity, dog.
Yeah. So the question about the nitrogen, about the nutrients, say nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, blood meal, bone meal. You know, there's all different types of nutrients. You just have to look into what nutrients plants like, and then you just find out what ratios of nutrients you want to put into your mixture. You catch any of that?
Yep, we heard you.
I caught it all.
So Nate, how she said
did
that
answer
she
the
said
question?
how many weeks are you into your further stuff right now, Jodi? Did you say 6 weeks?
The furthest stuff, I thought it was 5 because I thought it was the 3rd week in April, right? And we're what? Are we the 4th? Yeah, I think it's 4 or 5 weeks. I'll have to look back at my calendar, but I think it's 4 or 5 weeks now.
And what we're supplementing what we gave you the other day was nectar of the gods, and that's a bottle new.
I didn't catch that. That was like all jarbled.
I said the nutrients that I gave to you was nectar of the gods.
Oh, nectar of the gods.
So it wasn't
okay.
a compost tea. That's a bottled nutrient that we use late in flower. But if you don't run your plants long, that soil should make you all the way. If you amend your soil on your last transplant and don't veg your plant too long, that amended soil should absolutely make it all the way to the end of flower. But we just use it at the end in case some plants are more hungry and they start to yellow. We use the nectar of the gods to fatten them up a little bit.
Okay, so that's what I used. I mean, it looked brown. I mean, it looked like tea to me. So as far as I knew, that's what I was giving it. But okay, so nectar of the gods is what I was feeding it. Yeah, and that's because my leaves were kind of yellowing, and I had left them a little too long in veg. Right? I think these are the ones that I vegged for a long time.
Yeah. You don't have to get them huge because they're going to double in size. And flowers, if it's 2 feet tall, it could absolutely get to 4 feet tall. You always have to keep that into account. So like look at how big those plants are.
Yeah, that's true.
They stretch a lot and grow.
Yeah.
When I first started, I would flower plants that were like 12, 15 inches. I would start them flowering.
So I was just gonna
speed up the process so you don't have to feed them so much.
So right now I was gonna bring that one identified female into the flower tent. So that'll be 4 in my flower tent. But you said at some point that I can actually turn my other tent to the 12-12 light cycle as well and have two flowering tents as soon as I identify all of the females, right?
Yes, correct. And get rid of all the males.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I'll keep the one that you thought was male. I'll keep that outside for now and separated. And then as I find them, hopefully, by Sunday, by our next segment, we'll have more identity. Fingers crossed. And then were you on when I was just scanning over the couple of seedlings and the clones that I have outside of the tent?
Yes. Yeah, I like that you have a light on top of them. That's gonna help you out a lot. And also the one that was flowering, if you look at it closely, the clone that turned flower, that's another way you can look at the female part, because that should absolutely have pre-flowers or calyx growing on it.
I think when I was going up close to it, that I was actually that. So I think after the segment's done today, I think I'm gonna go to that and try to get up real close to see if I can identify it with that. But that one's definitely a female. I know that.
Yes,
so,
yes. And it was starting to go to flowers, so it's going to have pre-flowers on it.
Right. And then the other seedlings, because they were getting leggy, and that was when the light was a lot further up. So the light being lower was due to your suggestion of really bringing it low. Like I thought that being right on top of the plants was not good, but.
Well, you're just going to keep an eye on the leaves so that they're not getting burned or anything. If they start to get crisp or anything, then you just move it up.
Okay.
Just a tiny bit.
Okay. I mean, so far they look good. It's been a few days, so because I think that was Sunday that I had lowered the lights. So.
Well, guys.
But what else do we have for suggestions? Anything else? I think we covered a lot. I mean, I think I still have issues with identifying. I think, the biggest thing is finish identifying sexes.
Yep, we'll work on that. We're going to get you there.
Okay, always a work in progress. That's what my mother always said.
Yep.
Hey, Jodi.
But yeah.
We're still waiting for the farting noises.
Aren't you? I thought we did away with that because you already came back in. You really want to hear farting noises? All right. You ready?
And we're back, folks. Well, thank you, Jodi. Thank you so much, Jodi. And thank you so much, Nate, for today's segment, Green Nurse on the Grow. We appreciate you guys coming back twice a week as we get to follow Jodi's wonderful home grow, being supported by Nate Andrade's tutelage, and we really appreciate you guys.
Oh my God! I can't believe you did that.
We love you guys, and today was definitely a great and memorable segment.
Yeah, it was tough.
Are you gonna keep that sound bite?
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna turn it into like a transition for the show.
Using that.
Where like when the camera angle changes, it's Jodi like swooping in.
Yo, she really did all of that. She
like swooping in.
Hey, that was a lot of effort because I can't even do that with my arms.
Eric singing has nothing on my farts.
That's like the old school way to do it without putting your mouth in your elbow. Thank you guys. We love you guys. We'll see you soon.
Ew, Dean.
See you soon.
Keep
Bye,
them
guys.
kind of remarks
Have a good
to
day.
yourself, my man. All right, Nate Diggity.
No, we learn something new every day,
including my man, Dean. Dean.
All right, I need to.
Can you smell what the green nurse is cooking? You guys are funny. Oh, funny. No, you wasn't, Dean. Stop lying. Don't try to fix it now, Dean. You just no. Yeah, your wife must have got in the comments and she must have liked the comment or something. Now you gotta change it up. D trying to change it up. Nah, D said, hey, keep that energy. Keep that same energy. Be a man. Be a man. What's up, JT? Jason, I just realized your initials is J-E-T, like Jet. So that's going to be your new nickname. Instead of JT, your nickname is Jet now.
That's a cool
My man Jet.
That's a badass nickname.
My man Jet. That is a dope nickname.
And to have like a Patriots player give you that nickname,
Come on.
you're done. You're done, Jay. You gotta every
Look, you
shirt.
can have 3 different nicknames. Look at JT, ET. ET is tight. I'd run with ET. I'd be like, yo, call me ET. Like, why we call you ET? Your name Jason? Don't even worry about it. Is your middle name Edward?
I think it is.
Is it Edward Trent Holmes? Oh yeah, see that's tight. Yeah, ET. Call me ET. Call me Jet. Call me JT. Whatever you want. Pick your poison. However you feeling. But I'm really feeling the Jet though.
But don't call me too late.
I call you Jet because you fast. Like you move real fast. You move real. So I'm gonna call you Jet. My man Jet. My dog,
Dean,
Jet.
we appreciate your sense of humor. Don't worry about it, bud. Dude, we got you pinned.
You're right.
You're
I'm
pinned.
sick.
You're pinned. You're pinned in the thing right now. So
Yeah.
obviously, we appreciate your.
It's
sense of
okay.
humor.
Hey, it's okay, Dean. It happens to the best of us. We all got our fetishes. As long as you.
Oh, it's Edgar. His middle name's Edgar, by the way.
Edgar. Oh, okay. As long as you, Edgar's a dope name. As long as you admit to your fetishes and you consult with your significant other about your fetishes before. Make sure you always consult with them before you lay it on them. Don't just, hey, honey, let's do this. You got to be like, hey, honey, so, we been real vanilla lately, and I just want to throw some hot sauce on top of this vanilla ice cream. What you think? Like, what? I don't think vanilla ice cream and hot sauce go together. That's the point. That's the point.
So, by the way, I thought that today's contest, that somebody won within like seconds. Like almost, it was like the third guess, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh my God, somebody just immediately guessed it. But that's not the case, because their guess was just a little bit off, and I didn't see it until Heather Marie told
I seen
me.
it. Yeah, it was the
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So,
It's supposed to be bus.
and I can see that the winner is still here in the comments, so we're good.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for making my mornings better.
Well, guess what, Laura Lee?
Well,
Laura
guess
Lee,
what, Laura?
guess what, Laura Lee?
We got a surprise for you.
Laura Lee, you won today's contest. You won the Infused Jam. You finally won. Laura Lee has been watching for so long and has never won yet, I don't think. And she's like, there's days that she's mad that she doesn't win. There was a day that you remember there was one show where Laura Lee and somebody else were like, no, I'm pretty sure I said it first. No, I'm pretty sure I said it first. No, I said it first.
show. I don't never win.
Laura Lee, you won. You won the Infused Jam. So Laura Lee, reach out to April Andrade, and you tell her that you won.
Did y'all like mine?
Yay, Laura Lee!
What's that called? What's the Family Guy? The guy who be screaming at the car dealership.
Well, I don't think they give him a name, but he's like, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like the place. It's rigged, I tell you. Dean, you've been on this, bro. This your first day. How you already?
So the answer was green Volkswagen bus, B-U-S.
Not the B.
Not the bug. So actually, Sheila was like the third answer, and I couldn't see because the thing was a little far away, and I'm like, oh my God, Sheila just nailed it, the third guess. But Sheila said green Volkswagen bug. The answer was green Volkswagen bus, and Laura Lee said it. Hell yeah, you did, Laura Lee. Woo.
Congratulations.
Sheila, you were so close, but Sheila, you win all the time. You win a lot.
Congratulations, Laura.
Because you're awesome.
Guess
you're all
what?
Awesome.
Taxes. You put all that celebration away now because you got to pay up.
But that's all right. You're going to have a Patriot-sized finger mark in your jam. So.
And good thing you was here on time because it would have been too.
Sheila, you were so close. That was awesome, though. It was a good contest. We had a good show today.
Bastard.
We had some of our favorites on the show today, so it was really awesome. And you saw what Cheryl's mug, even though for some reason I took it out of the box to show y'all.
Yep, Johnny Nugs, half jar of jam. Laugh it up. Because when you win, guess what? You're going to get the same thing.
I guess a finger size. He's got fucking giant fingers. That's a lot of, that might be more than that.
I don't use the big finger. I use the small finger. The pinky. I try to be sophisticated. You know how you drink.
Yeah, Sharon, I think Cheryl would have looked pretty amazing in a Porsche black GTS Turbo.
Yeah, because I'd be
GTS
sitting
Turbo,
right
by the way.
next to her.
So for those of you who don't know, like the Porsche 911 is like the most iconic one. The Porsche 911 Turbo is like the highest end, except that then they made the racetrack version, which was called the GTS Turbo, which is what
Johnny
Sharon was
Nugs.
guessing. So Sharon was guessing basically like a $230,000 car as Cheryl's first car, which would have been amazing. And if Cheryl had had that car and also had been on this show, that would have been, it would have been.
Here you come, look at him.
Wait, is somebody saying something about eggs? Let's end the show. Let's get out of here before somebody starts
Eric
talking
is
about eggs.
dainty. Appreciate that.
So
Johnny.
Laura Lee, get a hold of Avril and tell her you're today's winner.
I don't know if that's a compliment.
You can pick keto or
or if
non-keto.
I'm offended.
It's award-winning.
What does dainty mean? Is that like,
Dainty as fuck. Like you're fragile. Not fragile, but like you're like, like if you were like a statue that you don't want to, you need to be careful with it. You don't want it to chip.
So
you don't want
I got a glass jaw? Is that what you're saying?
Or just glass something.
All right.
You might not mean glass jaw, but glass.
All right, Johnny.
Something.
I see you in public, homie. Nah, I'm playing. I don't know what dainty mean, but it's cool.
For now.
Till I go look it
Until
up.
I look it up.
Refine. Is what it said.
Dean is saying it means you're a pussy. Johnny is saying it means you're refined.
Oh, wow. Well,
A little difference of opinion there.
Yeah. So, Dean, what you trying to say, homie? Because I'm about that life.
Laura Lee, pinky up.
Laura
Proper. He's
is
saying proper.
So
Proper.
happy. Laura, you're going to be so happy to get your fingers work.
I'm already getting undressed out of this tie.
Ooh, show 'em off. Laura, ain't you get a show? Dang, Laura, that's crazy. This is the first time Mike done, introduced, said our name, said the giveaway, the winner, and came with a tie untied. I mean, I might as well start taking my shirt off.
We're only at 2,500 followers. We're not at 10,000
Yeah, Johnny,
yet.
you
We're not
right.
at
Shit's
10,000
getting
yet.
hot in here. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot. I'm gonna take my clothes off.
And
Peace.
Yeah.